Pull up a chair and get comfortable. It's time to talk about your federal benefits. Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators presents the FEBC podcast with Elizabeth Inman and Bryan Fentress.
Hello. Welcome to part 4. Who knew it'd take 4 podcasts just to fill out forms for Medicare Part B? I'm Elizabeth Inman. So happy that you're here. Happy that we're going over this technical information so that it'll make it as easy for you as possible if indeed you're a postal retiree over the age of 65 and did not previously sign up for Medicare Part B and you don't want to pay those stinking penalties. Who likes penalties, right? I'm happy to do this. I love helping people. That's who I am. If I'm helping people, I feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. It's why I do this. I didn't have anybody to help me when I retired. So I'm happy to be that person that's going to help walk you through the complicated stuff. I love the community we have in here. My phone's been ringing off the wall, talking to more and more people. More and more people. I told you guys in the very first podcast, part 1 of 4, when we first started about the forms for Medicare Part B during the Special Enrollment Period, about having a very complicated case brought to me. So, talking to this person that found us on the podcast, husband's a retired letter carrier. She's a high income earner. She is very, very knowledgeable about information with Social Security, information with Medicare, very, very knowledgeable about insurance. But she was struggling big time because she found out that if she enrolls in Medicare Part B, that she's going to be in the high income earner premiums. It's a lot of money. Not just her, but also her husband. Their Medicare Part B premiums alone will be over $1,000. Now, she fired off about 3 or 4 scenarios at me that fast. I mean, that fast. I told you, very knowledgeable. Smart lady. Got to talk to her husband, retired letter carrier. Very, very smart couple. Very, very, very involved with their future about retirement and Medicare. And I'll tell you what, it was so complicated, I told her that I've got to do some research. I'm going to have to call her back. I mean, that's the thing about calling us. If we know, we're going to share it with you. And if we don't know, we're going to tell you we don't know. And that's why I don't ever call myself an expert. I do call myself a Federal Employee Benefit Coordinator. I went to training, got the training, passed the tests, so that I've got more information than most people about federal benefits, federal retirements. But this is complicated. You're experiencing that. It's probably why you're following me on podcasts, because it is a complicated topic. And these forms, they're not necessarily that easy either. So what I did do last time, episode 3, is actually episode 7, part 3. How about that if I get technical with you? We talked about what you see on your screen, the link to the official instructions. Official instructions about applying for Medicare Part B during a special enrollment period, but it doesn't exactly match our circumstances with the Postal Service's special enrollment period. So I summarized it into 4 steps, 4 easy steps. Now, the links are in the description and on the screen that all you have to do is click, and this form and that form will pop up. The instructions will pop up for you. We've made it as easy as it can be. Now, I'm going to give you step 1 through step 4, what you need to do to apply for Medicare Part B during this special enrollment period for postal retirees to avoid the penalties. Are you ready? Okay, let's dig in. To apply for this during the special enrollment period, number 1, go online for Medicare Part B during this special enrollment period. Remember the dates, April the 1st, 2024. We're past that now. And it ends September the 30th, 2024. That means you've got to do this before September the 30th of 2024. And I told you last time, it'll become effective the first of the month following the month you apply. Step 1, go online. The link is on the screen. and apply online. Number 2, even though you apply online, you've got 2 forms that have to be filled out. Now I'm putting those forms on the screen for you so you can see them. The first one is the application for enrollment in Medicare Part B, medical insurance. It's CMS 408. That form has to be filled out. It has one section. It's going to ask for your Medicare number, your name, first, middle, and last name, mailing address, city, state, zip code, the typical things, phone number. It's going to ask for, number 6 says, do you wish to sign up for Medicare Part B? That's the whole purpose in this, right? And then, do you currently have or did you have coverage through an employer or union group health plan? And if yes, then you fill out 7C, and it's going to ask you for the dates of your employment and the dates that you had health insurance coverage. And then number 8 has an employer, health insurance provider, or other entity requested or required you to enroll in Part B. That's the critical question for this special enrollment period, because you will answer yes for the purposes of what we're doing with this podcast. And then you can make any remarks on there that you want to, and then number 10 is where you sign it and you date it. That is that form. Now the next form that you're seeing on your screen is request for employment information. You're going to complete that form as well. Section A is to be completed by the individual signing up for the Medicare Part B, and then Section B is supposed to be completed by the employers. Now I can just tell you that as postal retirees, they don't make this easy for us. The day you retired from the post office, you no longer used shared services from Greensboro, North Carolina. You started using OPM. OPM is a massive government entity. It's hard to get them to understand what's going on unless you just get the right person. So there are alternative documents that you can submit along with this form. This is the CMS L564 form that is the request for employment information. But you'll fill out what you can on this form and you'll sign it, and then you'll attach those documents, and then you're going to upload it on that online site that you went to fill out the application for this. I know, even saying it's a little bit awkward, but I want to be very specific with you on how to do this. And so step number 1, go online and apply. Step number 2, complete these 2 forms that you're seeing on your screen. Number 3 is upload the evidence of your group health plan. Now we talked about what evidence they'll accept. They'll accept an explanation of benefits. They will accept your health insurance card. They will accept information from your employer about your health coverage, things like that. You'll have to upload that information online. And then number 4, fax or email the completed forms to your Social Security office. And that's your local Social Security office. So you do all of this through your local Social Security office. So I wish you lots of luck with this. Once again, I started off in part 1 talking about these forms, that it is my recommendation that if financially you can afford the premiums of Medicare Part B, you owe it to yourself to get the coverage now, waive the fees, the penalties that you would have incurred, and at least wait out some of the changes of Postal Service health reform until we see how it's all going to wash out in the end. That way you've got the coverage. That way you've avoided the penalties. You can always drop it later, but if you do not sign up for it now, you will not ever be able to waive the fees again. And it's 10% for every year you're past age 65. That can stack up to be a lot of money. That's for sure. So I hope this has helped you. I'm Elizabeth Inman. Always enjoy my time with you here on the podcast. If this has helped you in any way, please copy the link. Send it to your friends. Send it to the employees. I mean, everybody needs this information. The better educated we are, the better equipped we are to make good financial decisions for your retirement. Once you enter into the income phase of retirement, you're not accumulating funds for retirement. Every decision you make is critical. So that's why we do this. That's why we're here to help. Thank you so much.